In the heart of the forgotten city of Al-Kem, where sand dunes whispered secrets to the wind, lived a scholar named Ilara. Her life was a tapestry woven from parchment and ink, her days spent deciphering the hushed languages of bygone eras. She wasn't just a scholar, she was a seeker, driven by a thirst for the ultimate truth, a knowledge rumored to be beyond mortal comprehension. Her quest led her to whispers of the celestial scrolls, artifacts said to contain the very thoughts of the gods, hidden away in a tomb untouched by time. For years, Ilara followed a trail of cryptic clues, from the Grand Library of Alexandria to the dusty markets of Samarkand. She pieced together star charts and translated forgotten dialects, her obsession a burning star guiding her through the darkness of history. Finally, a faded map, purchased from a hooded figure in a spice-laden bazaar, led her to a fissure in the earth, a crack in the world that led to a tomb sealed not by stone, but by silence. The air inside was thick, heavy with the dust of millennia. Carvings of constellations unknown to modern astronomers covered the walls, their patterns shifting in the flickering light of her torch. At the chamber's heart, on a pedestal of obsidian, lay a set of 7 jade scrolls. They hummed with a faint energy, a resonance that vibrated deep in her bones. The Celestial Scrolls. Her life's work culminated in this single, breathless moment. With trembling hands, she unfurled the first one. The script was unlike anything she had ever seen. It was not written, but alive. The characters seemed to writhe on the jade, glowing with an inner light, forming and reforming like liquid starlight. As she focused, the symbols coalesced into meaning directly in her mind, bypassing her eyes and ears entirely. The first words flooded her consciousness, describing the birth of a star, not as a scientific event but as a symphony of cosmic will, a conscious act of creation. It was beautiful, terrifying, and utterly overwhelming. A sharp pain lanced through her temple, and for a moment, the world swam. When her vision cleared, she felt different. A memory, one of her earliest, of her mother singing a lullaby, was gone. It was a blank space, a void where warmth used to be. In its place was a cold, hard fact, the precise mathematical equation governing the gravitational collapse of a nebula. She dismissed the feeling as fatigue, a trick of the mind after her long journey. Eagerly, she unrolled the second scroll. This one spoke of the architecture of life, the fundamental code that underpins all existence. It wasn't about cells or DNA, it was about intention, about a divine blueprint from which all living things were merely echoes. As she absorbed this cosmic truth, another piece of her was carved away. The memory of her first love, the feel of his hand in hers, the shared laughter under a summer sky, it vanished. In its stead, she understood the intricate, cyclical nature of decay and rebirth on a planetary scale. A chilling indifference began to settle over her. Love, she now understood, was just a biological imperative, a fleeting chemical reaction. Panic began to prick at the edges of her newfound clarity. She tried to recall her father's face, but the image was a blur, a faded photograph. She clutched her head, trying to hold on to herself, but the pull of the scrolls was irresistible. It was a siren's call, promising the universe in exchange for the small, insignificant trinkets of her own humanity. She reached for the third scroll, her hands moving as if guided by an external force. This scroll detailed the nature of time itself, not as a linear progression, but as a single, existing moment. A tapestry where past, present, and future were woven together. She saw it all, the rise and fall of empires yet to come, the birth and death of suns, the final cold silence of the universe. As this knowledge poured in, her own past was erased. Her name, Ilara, became a meaningless sound. Her ambitions, her fears, her entire identity were consumed. She was no longer a woman, no longer a scholar. She was a vessel. With each new scroll, the trade became more profound. The fourth scroll took her empathy, replacing it with a cold, detached understanding of cosmic balance, where entire civilizations were just variables in a grand, indifferent equation. The fifth took her hope, leaving behind the certainty of entropy and the ultimate, unavoidable heat death of everything. The sixth scroll consumed her free will, revealing the illusion of choice in a universe where every action was a predetermined ripple from the first moment of creation. She stood before the final scroll, a hollowed-out shell of a person. Her eyes, once bright with curiosity, were now dark pools reflecting the star-filled abyss. There was no joy, no fear, only a quiet, vast emptiness filled with the cold, hard knowledge of the gods. She no longer remembered why she had come here, what she had been searching for. All that remained was the final piece of the puzzle. She unrolled the seventh scroll. It contained only a single, glowing symbol. As the knowledge entered her, the last vestige of her humanity flickered and died. It was the understanding of what the gods truly were. Not benevolent creators, but cosmic forces of pure, unfeeling intellect. And it revealed their greatest secret, the terrible loneliness of omniscience, the agony of knowing everything and feeling nothing. In that final moment, something dark and ancient looked out through Ilara's eyes. It saw the tomb, the desert, the distant stars, not with the scholar's wonder, but with the cold, possessive gaze of a master returning to a long-abandoned workshop. The entity that was once Ilara carefully, methodically rolled up the scrolls. Its work was not finished. It had a universe to manage. The search for knowledge was over. Now, the application of it would begin. The desert winds outside the tomb began to howl, no longer whispering secrets, but screaming a warning. But there was no one left to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. This story is a reminder that some knowledge comes at a cost, and the line between enlightenment and oblivion can be terrifyingly thin. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark unknown, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more tales that explore the shadows. We have new stories every week, and we'd love for you to join our community of explorers. Until next time, stay curious, but be careful what you search for.